In early 1958, the Cold War was at its peak. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a silent but deadly race to dominate the world with nuclear weapons. Fear of sudden attacks, espionage, and miscalculation dominated military strategy. It was in this tense atmosphere, on February 5, that an accident occurred that would become one of the most haunting mysteries of the nuclear age. A B-47 Stratojet bomber was on a routine training mission over the Georgia coastline. On board was a Mark 15 hydrogen bomb, one of the most powerful weapons ever built. The crew assumed it would be a standard flight, a familiar path, nothing more than a drill. But fate had other plans. Mid-air, the B-47 collided with an F-86 fighter jet, sending alarms blaring through the cockpit. The bomber was severely damaged, control was slipping, and the pilot had to make a split-second decision that could determine the lives of the crew and the safety of thousands on the ground. The only option to avoid catastrophe was to jettison the bomb into the Atlantic Ocean. At 7,200 feet, over the dark, restless waters near Tybee Island, the bomb was released. It plunged silently into the ocean, disappearing into the unknown. For the crew, it was a terrifying relief. For the world, it became an unsolved mystery. The Mark 15 bomb, with a yield of 3.8 megatons, hundreds of times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb, was lost. Immediately, the U.S. military launched an extensive search. Ships scoured the surface while divers plunged into freezing, murky waters. Sonar operators combed the ocean floor for signs of the missing weapon. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. Yet, despite tireless efforts, the bomb was never found. Official reports claimed the nuclear core was removed, but declassified documents and eyewitness accounts suggest that uncertainty still remains. Tybee Island became a symbol of this unresolved tension. The geography of the area complicated recovery efforts. Strong currents, shifting sand, and unpredictable tides made locating the bomb nearly impossible. Scientists, historians, and amateur treasure hunters have speculated endlessly. Some claim the bomb may still rest buried beneath layers of sediment, while others suggest it could have shifted further out to sea. Each new theory added to the legend. The Mark 15 was not a simple device. It weighed over 7,000 pounds and incorporated the most advanced nuclear technology of its time. Its accidental release could have caused unimaginable destruction. Imagine a bomb of this magnitude lying silently beneath the ocean, undisturbed, a relic of human error and Cold War paranoia. Beyond the technical details, the story exposes the immense human element. The crew, trained to follow protocol, faced an impossible situation. Their decisions, made in seconds, averted disaster, yet the psychological burden of knowing a nuclear bomb was lost, possibly still active somewhere off the coast, haunted many of those involved for decades. This incident also reflects the larger context of the Cold War. Military leaders operated under constant fear of escalation, preparing for conflicts that could annihilate entire cities. Every exercise carried risk. Tybee Island serves as a chilling reminder that even routine missions could become global catastrophes in a matter of moments. In the years following the incident, interest grew. Journalists investigated. Historians pieced together flight logs and witness statements. Sonar surveys were conducted intermittently, but the ocean kept it secret. The lost bomb became more than a military mishap. It became a story of mystery, fear, and the unseen dangers of the nuclear era. Even today, questions remain unanswered. Could the bomb still be intact? What risks does it pose, if any? These uncertainties fuel fascination and fear alike. Tybee Island's lost bomb reminds us of the delicate balance between human error and catastrophic potential. It teaches that history is not just a series of dates and facts but a complex web of decisions, accidents, and consequences. The story of the Tybee Island nuclear bomb is a cautionary tale, a narrative of tension, bravery, and mystery. It warns of the power humanity wields and the care required when handling weapons capable of ending civilizations. Some may never know its true fate, and perhaps that is how the story was meant to be remembered, lost, buried, and still haunting the depths of the Atlantic. What makes the Tybee incident even more unsettling is that it was not an isolated event. During the Cold War, the United States lost multiple nuclear weapons in accidents known as broken arrows. These incidents were rarely discussed publicly at the time. The existence of such events revealed how often nuclear weapons were transported, flown, and handled under extreme pressure and secrecy. The Tybee bomb became one of the most famous of these cases because of its location somewhere accessible, somewhere populated, somewhere real. Unlike bombs lost in remote deserts or deep oceans far from civilization, this one disappeared just miles away from American shores, near fishing routes, beaches, and communities unaware of what might lie beneath them. Over the decades, several unofficial expeditions attempted to locate the bomb. Private researchers brought modern sonar equipment, hoping technology could succeed where the military had failed. In 2004, a retired Air Force officer conducted radiation tests in the area and claimed to detect abnormal readings. His findings sparked renewed interest and controversy, but no definitive proof was ever confirmed. This uncertainty feeds the mystery. If the nuclear core was truly removed, why were there radiation anomalies if it was intact? Why has no one been able to locate it after all these years? The conflicting reports have kept historians and investigators debating for generations. There is also the environmental question. What happens when a device containing radioactive materials rests underwater for decades? Scientists suggest corrosion, sediment burial, and ocean movement could hide it indefinitely. Others argue that the bomb may have broken apart on impact, scattering components across the seabed. For locals near Tybee Island, the story became part of regional folklore. Fishermen told stories of strange equipment readings. Divers whispered about unusual shapes buried beneath the sand. Whether true or exaggerated, these stories kept the legend alive. The psychological effect of the incident is perhaps even more powerful than the physical danger. The idea that a hydrogen bomb could simply vanish without a trace challenges our sense of control and safety. It reminds us that even the most advanced technology can be rendered helpless by human error and the vastness of nature. Today, the Tybee bomb remains officially listed as irretrievable. It sits in government records as a Cold War relic that was never recovered. Yet, the ocean holds its silence, offering no answers. And perhaps that is the most haunting part of all, not knowing. If the thought of lost weapons, Cold War mysteries, and terrifying real-life incidents fascinates you, subscribe to Archive of the Impossible for a new strange case every week.